Maybe it's that uncle who always leaves a trail of destruction and drama anytime there's alcohol in sight. Or maybe it's that irritable father that you all have to tiptoe around. Or maybe it's the passive-aggressive mother who won't stop making passive-aggressive remarks at you. Or perhaps other relatives who won't stop fat-shaming, skinny-shaming, prying about your relationships or when you're going to have a baby. Any of those things, or you have just made it clear already that you're not comfortable discussing, but they keep trying anyway. Yeah, the holiday season does get really, really stressful. All the family gatherings, and you're not alone there. We have all experienced difficulty in our family relationships, whether that's extended family, immediate family, siblings, distant relatives. It can all get pretty hectic at this time of year, so it's really important to practice self-care and boundaries. First off, the most important thing to note is that you cannot control the behavior of others. The thing you can control is how you react. Shout out to Viktor E. Frankl here. Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. Basically, the only thing you can control is your reaction, not their behavior. However, there are a few tips we can follow to make the holiday season slightly more enjoyable. Remember to take breaks regularly. You don't need to be there in the center of action all the time. You're allowed to go for walks, take a breather, go do a little bit of breath work, call a safe person, whenever you feel the need to. Remind yourself of expectations. The holiday season that you see on social media is not real. There is no such thing as that perfect family, and it's time we let go of that image. If it's too good to be true, it is. Boundaries. There's usually always one or two or more who take it too far with, for example, alcohol or drugs, and you are allowed to prioritize your mental health. Be ready to leave before or when it gets to that point of intoxication. You do not have to sit through that shit show, so be ready with an excuse. Same thing with those boundary crossing conversations. Some relatives just cannot help themselves, always want to pry with those inappropriate questions. Be ready with subject changes, and if that doesn't work, you are allowed to walk away from that conversation. In the case of multiple events, you do not have to attend everything. Become an observer. If you notice that the conversation might be getting heated, instead of reacting, you might just sit back and observe this time, including your own reactions and your own thoughts to the situation going down, instead of jumping in and adding to the fire. Before you get to the gathering, it's a great idea to get there as relaxed as possible. So maybe do some light exercise in the morning, whether that's a brisk walk or some yoga, a bit of meditation, whatever calms you down. Just take the time to do so you can kind of arrive there feeling better than you would. So you want to avoid overindulging. There's a difference compared to indulging and overindulging. I think it's a great idea to indulge this time of year. You know, it is festive, so have those treats. Don't restrict yourself, but also don't take it too far, especially with alcohol. I know if we're feeling a bit uneasy, we can easily cross the edge of having too much, and that in turn can bring out aggression. In the long term, you're not going to feel good. You don't think about tomorrow, you're not going to feel good. Same with those indulgent treats. If you have too much, chances are you're not going to be feeling great, and you want to try and be your best self. This is one of my faves, finding gratitude. You might quickly find that you're irritated by something someone said. Maybe it was a backhanded comment, or that other relative who gets a bit pervy, whatever. There's so many variations in why the family gatherings are so stressful. But it's a great time to, whenever you find your mind going to that place of irritation or anger, take a step back and practice gratitude. Even if it's not an ideal, perfect situation, do you have food to be grateful for, shelter, family, especially with everything going on in the world right now? It's an important thing to reflect on, and it actually makes you feel better as well when you practice gratitude. Whenever you need to, take a step back and focus on your breath, even if it's just 5 breaths. Leave the room, take 5 deep inhales and exhales, finding that calmness. So all in all, try and make the best of the situation. You are strong, you've got this, and try and enjoy. You might be surprised. I would love to hear your tips for surviving the holidays as well. Please comment down below, and thank you so much for watching. I'm so grateful that you're here. I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye.